Hey YouTube, if you liked the video, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, comment down below. Really help me out in the algorithm, and I really appreciate y'all. So, if you haven't heard, Rudy Giuliani and among Trump allies subpoenaed by January 6th panel. And the reason for this is because Rudy Giuliani and Jenna Ellis, Sidney Powell, and Boris Epstein, those people are like one of the big people that actually helped Trump spread the misinformation that the 2020 election was false. Was not false. Was actually, what you call it? Stolen. The election was stolen. And I actually wonder this. So overall, 36% of Republicans believe or trust the elections are fair. So how many? I'm not good at math, but a majority of Republicans do not believe that the election was fair. And out of those 36, 47% are college graduates and 28% are not college graduates. So you can see that majority of Republicans do not live in the real world. So let's read this article and then let's see what they're gonna do to them. The House committee investigating the U.S. Capitol insurrection issued subpoenas Tuesday to Rudy Giuliani and other members of Donald Trump's legal team who filed bogus legal challenges to 2020 election that fueled the lie that race has been stolen from the former president. Which is not, because every single person that Trump put in office said that this is actually one of the most secure elections that we ever had. So what election to claim that one of the most secure elections. The committee is continuing to widen its scope into Trump's orbit, this time demanding information and testimony from Giuliani, Jalen Ellis, Sidney Powell, and Boris Epstein. All four publicly pushed Trump's baseless voter fraud claims in the months after election. And that's crazy too, because to this day, Trump still believes that the election was stolen. He's still not, I don't even know if he believes it, but he's still saying it. And he's still making his base believe that the election was stolen. And this hasn't been done at all, nowhere near close in the United States history before. A lot of people are going to say, Hillary Clinton said it, but she accepted defeat the following day. And it's been gonna be more than 2 years now. It's gonna not more than 2 years. It's gonna be 2 years now, and he's still claiming that the election was stolen. The four individuals we subpoenaed today advanced unsupported theories about election fraud, pushed efforts to overturn the election results, or were in direct contact with the former president about attempts to stop the counting of electoral votes. Mississippi Representative Bernie Thompson, the Democratic chairman of the panel, said in a statement. Epstein, in a tweet, called the committee illegitimate and its effort part of a witch hunt against Trump and his supporters. The others who were subpoenaed did not respond to messages seeking comment. Trump's legal team sought to overturn his election results in the battleground states by filing lawsuits alleging widespread irregularities with ballots and claims by partisan poll watchers who said they couldn't see everything going on, in part because of precautions taken as a result of COVID-19 pandemic. More than 50 lawsuits were filed, mostly in battleground states. And I believe with those partisan poll watchers, if my memory serves me right, is that they claimed they couldn't see it, even though they treated them, the Republican poll watchers, the same as they treated like the Democrat poll watchers and the independent poll watchers. They all had to stand like the same length away from the ballot tables. The lawsuits were soundly battled down in the courts, sometimes within days of filing, but the legal challenges and multiple press conferences held by Giuliani and others helped galvanize Trump supporters behind the idea that the election had been stolen. Even though Trump's own attorney general said that there was no evidence of widespread fraud, and local officials said it had been the most secure election in history. The committee, it said, is seeking records of this precision testimony from Giuliani. The 76-year-old former New York City mayor once celebrated for his leadership after 9/11 over his promotion of election fraud claims on the behalf of Trump. The panel is also seeking information about Giuliani's reported efforts to persuade state legislators to take steps to overturn election results. 4 days after the November 3rd, 2020 election, while the Associated Press and other media outlets were calling it for Joe Biden, Giuliani held press conference at a landscaping company in Philadelphia. Holy shit. I'm glad it brought it up because I forgot to talk about it. I remember this. Hold up. You guys gotta see it. If you haven't heard this before, oh, this is beautiful. I love this. But the images, yeah, this is them. in front of a landscape building because their dumbasses thought that they had filed a I'll say appointment, but I think it was an appointment to do this in front of a hotel that's pretty much the Four Seasons hotel, but their dumbasses actually put it in for this Four Seasons total landscaping, and they couldn't change it, so they had to do it in front of like a John Deere type place, which is fucking hilarious and shows you the clownity of the Republican Party and sadly the state that the American politics is in today. But it's still hilarious, and we should never let them forget that bullshit. In Philadelphia, to announce his team planned to challenge the election results. It was the beginning of a pressure campaign to allow electoral votes in battleground states where Biden won over to Trump instead. Ellis and Powell also appeared with Giuliani at press conferences pushing false claims of election fraud, and Giuliani met with local elected officials to push false theories about corrupting voting system. Powell was eventually removed from the team after she said in an interview she was going to release the Kraken of lawsuits, even though, like I said, every single lawsuit that they put out, and they put out tons of lawsuits, they lost every single one. Actually, no, that's false. They almost lost every single one. I think they won once, and that was the only thing they won from that is to let the Republican officials, poll watchers, actually, the Republican poll watchers, actually be a couple of feet like closer to where they're counting the ballots, and that's it. That's the only thing they won in. Everything else they lost badly, I might add. Giuliani even appeared in Pennsylvania courtroom for the first time in nearly 3 decades to argue an election case. During the court of the hearing, he fiddled with his Twitter account, forgot which judge he was talking to, and threw around false accusations about a nationwide conspiracy by Democrats to steal the election. Which is funny, too, because a lot of Democrats actually lost. I forget which one it was, if it was Congress seats, or I think it was Congress seats, because they more people voted for the other Republicans. So again, they had massive voter fraud when it comes to, the presidential election, but when it comes to like Congress actually getting like more people in seats for them to pass more legislation and laws into place, they clearly just did not do election there. So it just shows how much of a conspiracy this is. The lawsuit has been Trump's best case scenario to overturn. Whoa. Come on, AP News. You're better than this. You can't do this typo right here. To overturn the election using courts, not because of the facts of the case, but because of the number of electoral votes at stake, 20. Oh, I forgot about this. Ooh, I can't... How crazy Giuliani is. He said, let's have a trial by combat. Giuliani said, I'm willing to stake my reputation. The president is willing to stake his reputation on the fact that he didn't find criminality here. This guy right here wants a trial by combat. This old ass man. A motherfucker can look at him. This guy can actually think he can beat your ass in a trial by combat fight. Okay, all you have to do is fart and breathe in his general direction, and his makeup would just fall down his face. The last person subpoenaed Tuesday by the committee was Epstein, a former Trump campaign strategist advisor who reportedly attended meetings at the Willard Hotel in the days leading up to the insurrection. Okay. We have this is just accusation right now, but I won't be surprised if this motherfucker actually helped plan the insurrection. The committee said Epstein had a call with Trump in the morning of January 6, 2021 to discuss options to delay the certification of election results in the event of Pence's unwillingness to deny or delay the process. And I forgot about this as well, but I think the reason why they're doing the subpoenaed was because, if you didn't hear before, Giuliani actually got raided a while ago, and they actually took computers, fucking cell phones of his in his office. They took that shit and they were gonna look for it for information and evidence to use against him. And I assume that because he got subpoenaed here, they must have found something. And there's two results. There's two things that come here. One, the most likely option, he's gonna get a slap on the wrist. Because Democrats have been known to not do shit when it comes to people who have been known to hurt the democratic process of democracy in America. and or B, which I'm hoping for, but I will actually be surprised if this happened. He actually gets like super penalized for doing this, which I hope, but I don't see it happening. But who knows? Time will tell. And I hope this motherfucker goes to jail, bars, for all the shit that he said. And I hope all the other Trump allies go to jail, and Trump as well. But yeah, that's this news and this thing for the day. So if you like the video, please like, subscribe, hit the comments. I mean, go down in the comments, hit that notification bell. Really help me out. Again, I love y'all, and stay fresh forever.